General Hospital Sonny gets seriously ill, Cyrus exposed? Port Charles has recently been haunted by deaths and mystery on General Hospital. As viewers begin to wonder what will happen next, a few spoilers are already giving fans clues on what to expect. Two characters expected to be the center of two upcoming storylines include Sonny and Cyrus. Some fans expect big things will happen on General Hospital this February. Viewers have already seen major events play out on the soap. For example, Michael Corinthos was caught in a fire in his adoptive father Sonny's penthouse. However, this could just be the start of what is about to unfold. Sweeps Week is also expected to take place this upcoming February. This is when networks especially hope to draw in large audiences. Thanks to this, some viewers are expecting big things to happen in Port Charles. Beforehand, one episode is expected to be preempted due to the upcoming presidential inauguration. As noted by monsters and critics, a lot of stories are expected to revolve around Sonny. After all, there is still the question of just who placed the device in his penthouse, impacting Michael. The publication noted that Sonny will likely face off against the person behind it, or at least a possible suspect. However, he is also dealing with his own health issues. As the spoilers warned, while something is wrong with Sonny, he refuses to get himself examined. Even Isaiah's questions lead nowhere. Prior to this, there had even speculation, as previously reported, that the character's health issues could end up costing the character his life. Characters are continuing to look into the deaths haunting General Hospital. Eva LaRue's Natalia will be warned about Sonny's state from Maxie. She likely will ignore this advice, but she could be the one to convince Sonny into getting himself checked out. Another character who could be impacted by the upcoming storylines is Cyrus. As the publication noted, Joss and Lucas could soon come to an agreement that Cyrus was the one who stabbed Dex, who was attacked while looking into Sam McCall's death. It was previously reported that fans were growing concerned for Joss as she began to look into Dex's death. As noted by Coming Soon, there was some concern that she might get killed off in her quest to get justice for her lover. Similarly, Lucky will try to protect Elizabeth. However, spoilers hint that other characters will soon learn that she isn't behind the mysterious deaths at the titular hospital. Port Charles has seen its fair share of storms, but nothing could have prepared the town, or its beloved residents, for what's brewing now. In a stunning twist, General Hospital fans are watching as Sonny Corinthos, the powerful mob boss with a heart of gold, faces a terrifying health crisis just as longtime adversary Cyrus Renault edges closer to being exposed for his latest reign of terror. The news of Sonny's sudden illness spread like wildfire. It all began innocently enough. A few dizzy spells here, a moment of confusion there. Charlie, ever the attentive ex-wife and confidant, noticed the changes almost immediately. Sonny brushed it off, of course. He's always been the kind of man who faces bullets and betrayal with barely a blink. But this was different. It was something he couldn't fight with fists or firepower. At first, doctors speculated it was just stress. After all, Sonny's life has never been simple, and recent months had piled on more pressure than usual. Managing the Corinthos coffee empire, keeping tabs on rising criminal elements, protecting his family, all in a day's work for Sonny. But when he collapsed during a tense meeting at the Metro Court, it became clear this wasn't just stress. Something serious was wrong. As Sonny was rushed to General Hospital, his family and friends rallied around him. Michael, already dealing with the emotional weight of fatherhood and family loyalty, looked torn apart at the thought of losing his father. Dante, torn between duty and devotion, stayed firmly by Sonny's side. Even Jason Morgan, Sonny's trusted enforcer and brother in everything but blood, returned to town after whispers of Sonny's condition reached him. Meanwhile, Cyrus Renault was watching and waiting. Cyrus has long had a complicated relationship with Sonny, filled with uneasy truces, backstabbing plots, and veiled threats. But this time, the sinister glint in his eye suggested more than rivalry. It suggested opportunity. With Sonny weakened, Cyrus could tighten his grip on Port Charles once again. What Cyrus didn't count on, however, was just how many enemies he had made, and how easily the house of cards he built would start to crumble. The first crack appeared when Laura Collins, ever the vigilant mayor and a secret thorn in Cyrus's side, began digging into some recent activity tied to his shell companies. Documents were leaked, conversations overheard, and it wasn't long before Laura, with the help of Jordan Ashford and Curtis Ashford, started piecing together a devastating case against him. At the same time, Anna Devane and Valentine Cassadine, two unlikely allies, worked behind the scenes. Valentine's motives were murky as ever, but he seemed genuinely interested in protecting Port Charles from descending into chaos. Anna, fueled by both duty and a personal desire to shield her loved ones, pushed harder than ever to find hard proof that Cyrus had orchestrated Sonny's illness. Because the more they investigated, the more one terrifying possibility became clear. What if Sonny's illness wasn't natural at all? Speculation ran rampant. Could Cyrus have poisoned Sonny? Had someone inside Sonny's inner circle been compromised? The stakes rose higher with every passing day, especially when Sonny's condition deteriorated rapidly. His once sharp mind grew clouded, his body weaker. Watching the invincible Sonny Corinthos struggle even to recognize his own family was heartbreaking. Yet amid the fear, something remarkable happened. Sonny's family pulled together in a way that Port Charles hadn't seen in years. Charlie became a general on the front lines, coordinating care, fending off threats, and rallying allies. Nina Reeves, still carrying complicated feelings about Sonny after their Nixon Falls connection, found herself drawn back into his orbit, offering quiet support. Even Ava Jerome, once one of Sonny's most bitter enemies, lent her influence to keep opportunists at bay. Meanwhile, Jordan Ashford made a breakthrough. A lab technician at General Hospital had been bribed to tamper with Sonny's medication. Under intense questioning, the tech cracked and revealed the name behind it all, Cyrus Renault. With a warrant in hand and public sentiment turning against him, Jordan led a raid on Cyrus's operations. The once untouchable villain was finally exposed for what he was. Evidence poured in, payoffs, poisonings, corruption spanning months, if not years. But Cyrus, ever the master manipulator, didn't go down easily. In a chilling confrontation at General Hospital, he cornered Carly, threatening that even if he went to prison, Sonny would never recover. The damage, he claimed, was already done. Enter Jason Morgan. Silent, deadly, and relentless, Jason arrived just in time to stop Cyrus from hurting Carly. Their clash was brief but brutal, ending with Cyrus finally arrested and dragged out of the hospital in cuffs. It was a moment of triumph, but bittersweet. Sonny still lay in a hospital bed, fighting for his life. Doctors were cautiously optimistic. With the right treatment, Sonny might recover. His family clung to that hope, refusing to give up. And slowly, day by day, Sonny began to show signs of improvement. His memory flickered back, his strength returned in small bursts. When Sonny finally opened his eyes fully and saw his family gathered around him, a rare, genuine smile touched his face. He was battered, but he was not broken. Port Charles' greatest fighter had survived yet another battle. Still, the war was far from over. Sonny's brush with death left lasting scars on him, on his family, and on the fragile peace in town. Questions remained. How deep did Cyrus's network run? Were there more enemies lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike again? For now, though, Port Charles could breathe a little easier, knowing that Sonny Corinthos, the heart, soul, and iron fist of the town, was still standing. But one thing was certain, the landscape of General Hospital had changed forever. Lines had been redrawn, loyalties tested, and new alliances forged in fire. And as Sonny convalesces and plans his next moves, fans can only imagine the explosive drama yet to come.